you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? La 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 la. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shana Tova, and everything. Happy Yom Kippur, Gamar Chatima Tova. So much happening in a little time span. So I have to tell you, it was really weird for me not to be in services with all of you doing this. I hope you watched the service that Max and I did. For some of you, you might be too old for that and you might watch the older service, but we got to record all of our services, which was kind of weird. So this is a little bit sense of normalcy because each week I'm here and I know even though you're not here at the moment responding to me, I know that you are listening and watching because I can tell from the computer how many families are watching. And it's really great and I'm really glad that you're doing that. I hope one day soon we'll be able to connect again. So anyway, we want to begin our service today. Modeh Ani, thankful that we have an opportunity to wake up this morning to make the world a better place for us being in it. Modeh Ani. Continue with acknowledging our neshama, our soul, the thing that makes us a unique individual, and it's special to each and every one of us, our neshama, our soul. Hello, hi, neshama. Hello, We continue with the daily blessings, Asher Yatzar. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to start in Hebrew with the phrase that starts so many prayers. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, God, ruler of the universe. Who? And then lots of things. And we're going to continue it in English because we have to get to look at it, and we want to make sure, because Hebrew is not our native language. We're trying our best here at Untitled to learn more Hebrew, but it's important to also look at the translation and about what you're saying and what you're. Wait, almost dropped my book, and about what you're meaning. So that's how we're going to do it. You'll catch on. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who enables the bird to distinguish day and night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the divine image. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives sight to the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who releases the bound. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens those who are bent. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches out the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who steadies our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has provided for all my needs. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens the people Israel with courage. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns the people Israel with glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, and who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from my eyes and slumber from my eyelids. And we continue with Ashrei. Let me find it here. Continue. There's Ashrei. And we'll continue with Ashrei. There we go. Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha. Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha. Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, Hodi Halalucha Selah. Ashrei Ha'am Shekacha Lo, Ashrei Ha'am Shadonai Elohav, Tigidla LeDavid, Aramim Chalohai HaMelech, Barbacha Shimcha Leolam Vahed, Bechol Yom Avarchecha, Ba'ala Shimcha Leolam Vahed. Gadol Adonai Ulam Me'od, V'lit Tugato Ein Cheker, Dor L'dor Yishabach Ma'asecha, U'gvuratecha Yagidu, Hadar Kevod Rodecha, V'divrei Niflotecha Asicha, Ve'ezuz Dorotecha Yomeru, U'gdulatecha Asaprena, Zecher Rav Tuvcha Yabihu, V'tzidkatecha Yiranenu, Chanun Berachum Adonai, Erech Hapayim Uvda Chesed, Tov Adonai Lakol, V'rachamav al kol ma'asav, Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, V'chasidecha Yivarchucha, Kivod malchutecha yameru, ugvuratecha yidaberu. Nehodia lifnei ha'adam gevuratav, uchvod atar malchuto. Malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha b'chol dor v'anor. Somecha Adonai l'chol hanoflim. V'zokef l'chol ha'kefufim, v'einei chol elecha yisaberu, ve'ata noten lachem et achlam behito, v'oteach et shedecha, u'maspia l'chol chai ratzon. Tzadik Adonai l'chol derachav, v'chasid b'chol ma'asav. Karov Adonai l'chol korav, l'chol asher yikra'uhu behemet. Ritzon yire'av yachaseh, v'het shavatam yishma v'yoshihem. Shomer Adonai et kol ohavav, v'et kol hashayim yashmid. Tehilat Adonai yidaber pi, vivarech kol basar shinko sholelam va'ed, va'anachnu nevarech yah. V'tam yad olam, hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 We continue our service with the Baruch Hu, the call to prayer. We continue with the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Yolam Vaed. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'adecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'leftecha b'derech U'shafecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam lehot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam hamizuzot beitecha v'yisharecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagipor v'Hanora El Elyon U'Melech Chasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol v'Zocher Chasdei Avot U'Mevi Goel Lifnei Behem L'man Shemo V'Yahava Melech Ozer U'Foked U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham U'Foked Sarah אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע. מוריד הטל, מקלקל חיים בחסד. מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופך חולים, ומתיר אסורים. ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מחמוך בעל גבורות ומידה מלך מלך ממית ומחיה ומטמיע ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה Hametim. We always have a prayer for peace in our service. Oseh Shalom literally means to make peace, and it's all of our jobs to try to make peace wherever we dwell, wherever we are, in our homes, in our communities, around the world. Oseh Shalom, Mimrama, Yavaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yamo Yisrael, Ve'yimru So this week we have another holiday coming up. We've got one right after the other. That's okay, puts us in the mood. So we have the holiday of Sukkot, which is my husband's favorite holiday. You know, I like it too. I like Pesach better a little bit, but I don't know, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. We get both of them in a year. So I'm going to summarize a little bit about, I'm going to go on in the summary of the Torah portion, is because the Torah portion is a special portion this week that talks about Sukkot. And it says, listen up, in these verses, we are instructed to observe the festival of Sukkot for 7 days. Wait a minute, we got a problem. So 7 days, the Torah says we do that. But at Anshe Emet and in America, how many days do we do? I bet a lot of you are shouting that out. You are correct. 8 days. So in Israel, it's 7 days. And in the diaspora, where we live outside of Israel, it's 8 days. And that had to do with making sure we covered the holiday, that, you know, when we didn't have all the mathematical things to figure out exactly what time holidays start and end and stuff, they wanted to make sure they covered their bases, so they added an extra day. So we do 8 days here, even though the Torah portion says 7. Okay, we continue. The first of the 7 days is a sacred day. For us, it's the 2. One on which we refrain from work. Our ancestors brought sacrifices to the temple on each of these days and lived in a booth, hence the sukkah. Why would we be expected to dwell in a fragile booth exposed to the elements? Perhaps it is so that we do not take our possessions for granted. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, anyone who's ever experienced a hurricane, God forbid, or a fire, God forbid, in their home, just knows how fragile our dwellings really are. We are told of the lulav and the etrog, and we are commanded to rejoice. I love it. We are commanded to rejoice. It's like, it's a command, it's a mitzvah. You have to be happy. You're commanded to rejoice on each of the 7 days, and for us 8. How wonderful to be commanded to celebrate, and especially in this age when we're a little bit more down and a little bit more melancholy, to know that we are commanded to rejoice. So I hope that, you know, you take that seriously and do whatever it makes you happy, you know, in the spirit of Sukkot. Maybe even do it in the sukkah if you have one. And if you don't have one, you can still rejoice, and that's okay too, okay? So that's what this Torah portion is about. That's what this holiday is about. And usually it's about spending a lot of time in people's sukkahs, and people will do a little bit of that, but not like we used to. Hopefully next year will be different. We'll be back to normal and stuff like that. Like I have an apple cider press. Actually, my husband has an apple cider press, and we invite people to come over to the apple cider press to make fresh apple cider. So we can't do that this year because of social distancing. And it's the first time in like, I don't know how long we have this press, like a really long time, 10 years, 15 years, something like that, that we're not having people over. And it's making me really sad. That's my favorite part about this holiday. But we're gonna have our sukkah and our lulav and our etrog, and I'm gonna be commanded to rejoice. And I'm gonna definitely do that. So anyway. We end, of course, with our Mishaberach blessing. And before that, if you have any suggestions or want to tell me that you want to do something in the service that I haven't done before, or just want to talk to me about it, or just talk to me anyway, you're more than welcome to email me at Daaron, D-A-A-R-O-N, at ansheemet.org, and that's the way you can reach me, okay? And we're going to end this week with the Mishaberach blessing, sung in the right order. Sorry about that last week. And wishing anyone who is in need of healing, whether it is physically or just emotionally, because it's so hard nowadays. I think all of us can really appreciate this prayer. And Spirit, and let us say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Happy Sukkot. Remember, you're commanded to rejoice. So take a little moment, even if it's just a moment, and rejoice, whatever helps you do that. And I will see you again next week. All right. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.